Welcome to Latter-day Saints, our flagship episode, Conference Rumors, April 2019. Do any of you guys want to just address the amount of changes that have been coming out the last year or so?
I have to say, the 2-hour church, I'm loving it.
It's an hour too long.
All right, with so many changes, literally anything is on the table. We're in the middle of the snowstorm. First conference rumor, and this one has legs. Mission links will be changed to have an option of 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, or 24 months.
Pointless. No one's going to volunteer to not do the full 24 months, right? They're going to be like the weak source missionary.
If you talk to elders, they know that the change is coming. I highly doubt it's going to be 6 months. It's probably going to be 18 months. That's what they have heard. And so that's solid. 6 months. Why would the church send a missionary after 6 months? Doesn't make any sense. So
I think that what we'll see more is rather than elders serving for 18 months, we'll see sisters serving for the full 24 months.
Women will be able to choose to go at 18 as well for the full 24 months. And as we've just seen, service missions have been opened up, and all different kinds of people can serve all different types of missions.
So does that mean someone can sign up to do a service mission as opposed to a door-knocking mission?
Well, I think that's already the case for certain individuals.
No, I'm not talking about, those ones. I mean, someone who just doesn't want to, someone who just wants to, go dig wells in Africa.
I think it'll definitely depend on how many people are going out, because they're still going to need proselyting missions. And if you get half the people that are saying, I'd rather dig wells in Africa, then...
Yeah, but there's enough Peter Priestards out there to go doing that bit.
Well, we'd hope so.
There's going to be plenty of those. I'm talking about the people like me who just don't have people skills, who just know that they're not suited to that, but I could dig a well.
See, Gary, I think you're not scared to say things, which I think is why you'd be an excellent... You'd have been an excellent missionary.
yes, 100%.
I think if I'd been a missionary, you would have seen baptisms in every other church increase but ours.
Last thing on missions, the next rumor is 3-month trial period for missionaries. Any missionary can go home in the first 3 months.
So that would label a missionary, though. Unless there's health issues, I think missionaries would have a harder time.
How do you qualify that?
A missionary can already go home within the first 3 months. They just go home.
That is the stupidest rumor I think we've ever discussed.
No one's going to do that, right? No one's going to come home all triumphantly. All right, I did my 6 months. Everyone's still going to shun them and treat them like crap.
I always...
Gary, I think you misunderstand how people are treated when they come back.
Well, that's how I treat them. Back in Utah, when someone comes home early, I'm like, pathetic. Thanks for trying.
All right, next one up, a reevaluation of the word of wisdom. Either relaxing it, tea and coffee being allowed, or making it more prohibitive. Caffeine is strictly against the gospel.
The caffeine thing, that's completely out of the question, because,
so.
Come on. It was just, how long have we been waiting for BYU to put caffeine on campus, and they finally did it? So there's no way they're overturning that thing.
Yeah, but those are Coke drinks, but like NOS and Red Bull and energy drinks like that. Is that a different
I would say
standard?
energy drinks. I could say, I don't know.
That's a whole different level. I guess there's people that have Dr. Peppers 15 times a day. But.
Yeah, I think the fact we're even having this conversation says there needs to be there needs to be further clarification on this.
On what?
Because it's just so full of contradictions. It doesn't make sense.
What doesn't make sense?
Well, the fact that people still argue, is caffeine okay or is it not okay? I don't know. Is green tea okay or is it not okay? I don't know.
Well, if anything, I think they should just take the church gym and put a gym in the church for members. Make it. There's a gym there. They should add a gym section for the ladies and then for the men. That'd be sick. That'd be I'm not kidding you. That would.
And then let people eat and drink whatever they want.
And then go work out. Have the gym open. We're already playing basketball.
Just be healthy.
So for Temple recommends they should have a weigh-in.
Yeah. Check your body fat.
No, but I think, the church seems to be on a path of putting more personal responsibility on us, right? With the shift with ministering and with the 2-hour church, it's all a shift from church responsibility to personal responsibility. So I could see that. Doctrine and Covenants 89 originally was not by way of commandment, more of recommendation, and it wasn't a church-wide thing initially. I could see it becoming more of a personal responsibility than you absolutely have to do this, right?
I agree with that. That makes sense.
I think this is a want versus what's going to happen. I think you probably want that. But let's remember President Nelson is like a health, I don't want to say a health nut, but he is a long-time living healthy person. I just don't see him relaxing.
I really like what you said about it being a recommendation, and I really love the idea of like God-given recommendations as opposed to commandments. Like instead of the 10 commandments, we've got the 10 recommendations.
Not being able to drink coffee and tea and alcohol is not doctrine.
Agreed.
It's policy. There's a lot of things in church that are policy, not doctrine. Like there are things that you read in the scriptures that they were able to do and they weren't condemned for it or kept out of the temple or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason it keeps us out of the temple is because of policy.
Okay.
So there's no, like, in a doctrinal sense, like there might be legit revealed reasons why we have that policy nowadays, but that doesn't mean that those reasons can't change and evolve concerning the temple.
And the next rumor is mutual will only be every other week.
I don't like that because I love my weekly youth activities.
I can see that being a thing in Utah, where like, all right, you don't go to mutual every week, but then you're at school with all Mormon kids anyway. But personally, I'd like my kids to be able to go every week so that they can hang out with their friends from church at least once a week. Well, church don't count, so they say once a week.
Where I grew up, it was like at least 3 different school districts and like 5 different high schools were in like all of my ward. So it's just like, the only time I'm seeing my friends from church is at church.
I hope they make it at the bishop's discretion for his particular ward. And he can decide whether or not the kids in his ward need it.
I think that's the most valid thing you said all night.
Stake centers and church buildings can be converted to temples temporarily.
Oh, geez. Are you kidding? Oh.
I really don't see that happening.
People are just making stuff up at this point.
No more YSA wards.
Don't care. No opinion.
I would say that's all right. Still have activities, but kill the whole ward of it.
Well, the reason being is that they're artificial and not spiritual and very hormonal.
Oh, yeah.
Can I ask a question? Having never been to a YSA ward.
Sure.
Is it like Lord of the Flies in there?
My YSA ward when I was at Chapel Hill was amazing. But then when I was in Utah, it was like, guys, stake president said we're not dating enough. We have to commit to go on a date from someone in the Relief Society once a week. I was like, oh, come on, man. Come on.
No more fast and testimony meetings.
No, they're not getting rid of that.
I could see, what if they did like once a quarter instead of every month? What if they said if you went last month, you can't go this month?
They should put a little red button up there that lights up once you've been talking too long.
The one we've gone over before, separation of weddings and sealings.
So that already happens in the UK, correct, Gary?
In the UK, it's illegal to get married in private. You can't get married somewhere where somebody who might object is unable to get in there and object.
The best solution would just be to kill the 1-year limit. If everything is gone down right and there isn't any like sin and you both have a temple recommend and there's no 1-year limit. That's the best solution.
That makes sense. I agree with that.
You just gotta let the wedding happen outside the temple. The bishop can still a bishop can perform a wedding, right?
Yeah. At least for
now.
now.
For now, yeah.
For now.
Mothers will be able to hold their babies during the baby blessing.
If they're just holding the baby, I don't see any issue with that.
What's the point?
Why is there?
I think because then they feel
complaining about
involved.
They feel
What's-
involved.
what-
Plus the baby's
Well, they
comfortable
pop the baby
with
out. That's a pretty big involvement, isn't that
They
enough?
dressed it that morning. Like that's
Squeeze that baby out. Why do they have to feel like they're not part of it? They don't bless the
is dad.
sacrament either. We're going to let them stand there and hold the trays or something now?
Oh, that's probably on the list of what people want. So
that's completely different. This is like their baby up there, right? Come on.
Yeah, it could be their deacon up there.
Yeah, but it's still
blessing
like
the bread.
Come on, Gary.
Nah, I didn't get that.
they're gonna start wearing pants on Sunday.
Where does it end?
Missionaries no longer need to wear name tags, can use casual clothes, and use their first names, supposedly being piloted in many different locations.
Undercover.
terrible.
I don't like that.
No, because when you get as a solicitor, you still have to have a name badge on you. So
You're a
you
smart man.
You have to have some form of ID on it as a missionary.
That
Otherwise, you can be called out. And
Is,
that's gonna be
when
more
you're a
chaotic.
missionary, you're separate from the people of the world, and you need to have that designation. So.
Yeah, we're not trying to be sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, the distinction, the at least dressing nice. I don't see that be going mission wide. I mean, honestly, the church pilots a lot of different things with the elders that never makes it worldwide. So
Like a missionary sleeper agent.
Sneaky
yeah,
momos.
I don't think that one's going. That one, no.
Hey, what's the point? What would be the point in doing it anyway?
Blindside.
Make people less weirded out by us.
No,
or something.
it'd make it more weird.
I agree.
If a dude comes up to you wearing a shirt and tie and starts talking about Jesus, like, all right, Mormon. But some guy in a tracksuit walks up to you, starts talking about Jesus, like, nutcase. You think he's gonna stab you or something?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm totally against that. At least you know what you get when one of them walks up to you with a shirt and a tie on.
We are the Latter Dad Saints. What do you think? We will comment on your comments next week. Have a great conference.